Ding dong! Hello everyone! Today I'm having a rework for this drawing, and it's not even brand new. Just like Place Travel Disagreement, I already redrawn since last year to this year as a full-fledged remake in digital art. The original one is just traditional. Same as this though, you might feel another thing of nostalgia that feels familiar to you. So I first start with the background art with clouds in the sky being blue, dark blue, at this part of the night sky, as well as a stormy night in the rain. And it wasn't just backgrounds for the clouds, it could actually be a little bit of a foreground around them. Like around the OCs, you see how it got from them when they're walking behind, or then walking past to it in each direction by going front or back. Up next, I added a layer to add the space for the OC between foreground and the background, and then I had to do a lot of character body lines and some of the body structure before I had to do some of the sketching and then the line art of the whole body and eyes. And especially hair and the eyebrows too. That's how character artists like me used to do some of that stuff a lot, and we need lots of practice to do so. And speaking of body structure, youngest to oldest is the part of the reason why during this age it's a lot of a struggle, can be part of it, even if they're all grown up into something to be an elder. It would be a nice change of pace to feel like the skin is pretty much older, that way the muscles can be more weighted as well as the tummy, but you'll be able to be a little bit shorter. Or not, whatever it can be. Some things I like to say about that though is that some of the OCs used to have their parents. Like, Louis Takahashi has a mother and a father that I'm already drawing now, Shigeo Takahashi, who is pretty much a project soldier. Met a part of the hunters and then became a soldier when her wife was retired from that and became a teacher. I find this drawing to be somewhat familiar to the ones I have on the sketchbook. I made the original sketchbook on paper. I'm sorry, that was digital. But yeah, I thought I felt familiar to the traditional one on my sketchbook. Just if I had to replicate it into something slightly different. Do you recognize this drawing as Shigeo Takahashi is holding the thunderbolt in his hand? Well, you're about to find out soon enough. Compared to the original, I had to put a little bit of itty bitty changes there, especially for wearing the armor, because that armor is literally based on the military base that Shigeo Takahashi had to do, and one of his soldiers are going to be taking pride in taking down the SWBP. The SWBP, I'm sorry. It's else in short. But yeah, this is the armor from the military base that can be found by shooting guns against the SWBP, noticing that there are a lot of armor sets for them when you need to wear, because the traditional ones are unused, they're a lot less useful. They can also be wearable if they had to use mobile gunships, as well as some of the mobile machines to shoot them down, including missiles. Not only the armor though, but the wings itself has some different changes from the original too. In the original, this just had to be a part of a growing crystal shapes, but in this one, this is going to be actual thunderbolt shapes. I could have added rechargeable asset, because that would be chargeable into this. They can also be turned on with the gliding soldiers are shooting around them, but it can also be turned off as a rechargeable asset that can be going and flashing on and off a little bit. But if you turn them on, the wings will flap out and then it'll turn into the electric power source. Overall, it's flat, but it has an electric effect that can touch you and shock you. Overall, the transparent fabric is ineffective to that, and it's immune to that. So in that way, it has a lot more depth with this. This would have been perfect for taking down the army of the SWBP team, but it might be a dream? It's not technically canon, but if it is canon, I'm not sure where it happens. Just until the imagination goes wild before a side story. or maybe it's going to be for a sequel or prequel. I'm not really sure, but it might be canon if it's a dream by taking out the army of them. And the way that Shigeru Takahashi is holding the thunderbolt while it's glowing is that it's basically an effective thing. He's feeling like he's immortal, but he's already dreaming. He's something like a character that is referenced for the god of Thor. And no, not the actual Thor, just something that is similar to him in the Marvel series. Of course, something like Shazam, noticing that he has a power source. I mean, Shazam has the male Captain Marvel, not the female one. And seeing how much goes those slight effects of the lightning bolts and the wings, basically it's hard to do some of the multi-layer lightning, especially when it comes to shadow placement and some other things like that too. And because of that, the thunderbolt that Shigeru Takahashi is holding is actually pretty small, and it has a lot of light effect. But not much, but a little bit of the range between the 60 and 120 degrees distance. And the wings, a lot of them actually come all together and they form a massive 360. Or something like the 240, I'm not really sure how much the size it is. It's because of the light effect, it's really incredibly hard to see. Some of us anime artists or background landscape masterpieces and experts, it has to be a lot of struggle due to the fact it has some of the effects between night and day, as well as some of the evenings, and between that, it can be underground caves. That's how multi-layer lighting is all about, and it's a lot worth a quite resource and strategy to do so. Some of the background landscape masterpieces, some of the artists like me used to do something like that. And because of that, I have to do a lot of fabric on the clothing and armor too. It's just that it has a lot more to do with something, and the shoulders are actually a shining armor. It's really a shining armor for that though. The back of it and the front is basically fabric for you to wear, depending where you have so much damage to cost. Even if you run out of time or just run out of bread and your armor's broken, it's still gonna be shiny for some reason. But a lot more dirt will be able to nerf that. You'll be able to nerf a lot of that if there's stoning, so
it looks so cool.
better watch out before you had to break your own clothes or the armor set.
Look at the jewelry boxes.
That can be separated and then be flashing where you feel like there's a power source or there's a power out or something. It can be a power out,
it's like a
but
disco
it can
party.
be a little flashier. It's light and flickering. Sorry. Light and flickering happens where you almost own the power or just a shock in short. When there's a shock for something like this, when you feel it, it's basically something that power adapter is running out, or if it's something especially when your battery is dying on the phone, or if you or something like the Nintendo Switch that I have now. I have the Nintendo Switch to play Super Smash Bros. And basically that, when I had on the TV screen, I always go to the handheld mode and make sure the lightning doesn't affect on the TV, or it doesn't cause a power out that will flash really badly. While using the Nintendo Switch handheld mode, you can press the power button to make it sleep, just to keep the screen off. While it's completely on for at first, but not for the restarting position, and restarting the software and the hardware. That's how it works for a power source, especially when it comes to computers as well. At HP, you use a lot of video editing and some edits of one video edit for drawing. That's like all we did for the iPad, like all of the sketchbook. Right now I'm already using Video Show as a voice recorder, but I'm easily going to record how I have to transfer some photos, videos, and music to any device wherever I want to use. Basically that, transferring them to the computer and some of the laptops, easy to figure out when you have some of the storage safe space. Yeah, you just have to be careful where your storage really is depending on the device. So that's how I always manage to keep careful where I have to use it on the computer, because if it's already full, you probably have to find an extended pack of storage, or you can erase some of that. That's the only way out, because you don't want it to be corrupted. You can easily be safe. And by this point, I probably won't be able to do videos for that much anymore, because my iPad is pretty much every word being shorter on storage. And that way I can have another video editor that I can do a lot of speed paint with. Just because I can use a lot of progress along with some other ideas. Especially when I was close to that. So, yeah, I guess so. That's it for today's video. If you want to check out my full drawings, you can find them explored around on my Anime Art Media page, and a bit of DeviantArt, which I don't own. But if you want to check them out, you can find them on full sites. So thank you so much for watching, happy drawing, and have a good day. Goodbye!